the Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Lacey Swope.
Are you ready for a cold front? Are you sick of this extreme heat? There is a cold front on the way. It only brings our temperatures down for a couple of days, and then the July heat's back. So it's not like we're switching gears here or anything, but for a couple of days, big time relief. Today's not the day. Today we get to a high of about mid-90s, but the heat index will be above 100 degrees in Oklahoma City. The way it looks, 48 hours from now, we will have fallen all the way into 50s and low 60s. Some locations about a 40-degree temperature swing from how hot we will be today. Now, heat advisories are still out today, especially off to the south and the east. Heat advisories, excessive heat warnings in far southeastern Oklahoma. That's where the heat index could still top 110 up to 115. We do have a chance for storms as that cooler air moves in. I'm expecting thunderstorms to take off in Colorado, Nebraska, and down to New Mexico heading into the afternoon. A complex arrives tonight in the Panhandle between about 10 o'clock and midnight, rolling into our far northwestern counties. Midnight and 3 a.m. This is the very latest data this morning. This has shifted just a little bit and still could shift a little bit more. So stay tuned. Cassie will have the latest at noon today. David this afternoon for what you can expect for your overnight. 3 a.m. coming into the western metro, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. across Oklahoma City, and then 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. off to the east. Now, the strongest storms will be when they initially move in. We had some strong storms out in the Panhandle yesterday into the late evening hours, overnight, rain and storms up to the north, and still some sprinkles, some very light rain moving through from Cheyenne to Elk City, back into the Texas Panhandle. Going to get a few sprinkles in the northwest. Every now and again, a sprinkle or two in north central Oklahoma, but mostly dry. Lucky Star Skycam Network live from downtown. It's 77 on your Thursday, but we've got 80s in several locations, lower mid, even some upper 80s in the southeast. The true boundary is just now making its way through Kansas. We've got a little bit of an outflow boundary and a shove of a northerly wind making its way through the metro. It's not going to cool things off too much today. A little cooler than yesterday, though. We're talking low 90s, 100 degrees in Ardmore, 101 in Lawton, and then you factor in the humidity. 100, 104, up to 110, possibly a little hotter in southeastern Oklahoma today. That relief can't get here quick enough. We're talking 70s to 80s, 90s, and eventually low 90s by 3 with, again, the heat index of about 101 at Will Rogers at 3 p.m. So let's get to the timing of the rain and storms. We've got the sprinkles out there this morning. Light rain coming in from the west. Can't rule out a passing shower through about lunchtime, early afternoon here in OKC. It would not amount to much. Partly cloudy, hot and humid this afternoon. And then here come the storms from the northwest. The complex develops, races through Dodge City, Liberal, Kansas, moving into the far northwestern Oklahoma, 11 p.m. to midnight, and then midnight to 3 coming into the northwest. Data still trending farther and further north with this complex, which means Oklahoma City is right on the fringe of getting the severe weather. We may not see any severe storms in the metro, and some data suggests we don't get hardly any rain at Will Rogers, and points to the south, points to the north. Your rain chances and storm chances are higher. 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. rolling through Oklahoma City up to the north. This could be some pretty big hail and damaging winds. Also, Ponca City still dealing with severe drought, anywhere from 1 to locally 3 inches of rain with this storm system for folks to the north as it arrives. Low to a moderate threat for severe weather, 60% chance of rain in OKC, but that chance quickly drops off going down to the south of I-40. 100% chance in northern Oklahoma. May have nickel dime up to quarter-size hail in the metro. Stay tuned to the forecast today. This could actually shift farther to the north with some of the latest data. Golf ball size hail possible for some in the north and northwest. And again, 60, maybe high as 70 or 75 mile-an-hour wind gusts will be possible. So trackers will be out today. The team will keep you updated overnight tonight if those storms get a little rowdy. Temperatures fall down into the 60s tonight. No 80s. We had a lot of 80s this morning, but highs will be in the 80s for tomorrow. Lower mid 80s, some 90s down to the south. Absolutely beautiful. The humidity in check. 79 degrees in Alva. Are you kidding me? For July, we will take it. Saturday morning, check out your lows. 50s, low 60s. It looks beautiful with mostly clear skies. Back to the 80s Saturday afternoon. 91 Sunday, upper 90s into next week, and the July heat builds right back in.